in terms of an army. So that's why when you hear different Israelites calling themselves camps, that's normal. I know people say, "Oh, I hate camps." Well, you don't know biblical history, because we've always called ourselves a camp. We always called ourselves a camp. Viewed ourselves militarily. All right, now let's go. Mahanaim, remember Mahanaim means two camps. One is a spiritual camp and one is a physical camp. The physical camp of Jacob and his family, and the spiritual camp of the host of angels that's there. Now let's go to Ecclesiasticus 43:8.
This is Sirach chapter 43 verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her change.
Watch this.
Being an instrument of the armies.
Read that again.
Being an instrument of the armies.
Being an instrument of the armies. Come on.
Above.
Shining the armies above are the host of angels. Read.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
Now let's get 2nd Ezra to prove my point. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 8:21.
This is the book of
the armies are the host, or the host of Yah, or the armies above are the host of Yah.
The 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 21. Whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand.
See, read that part again.
Before whom the host of angels.
Before whom the host of angels, read.
Stand with trembling.
The host of angels stand before Almighty Yah. They stand there in trembling, in fear of Yah. The host is the angels. The host is the armies of Yah. The armies of Yah. This is what Jacob seen. So he's seen the armies there, and he know what his camp looked like. At the time, his camp is weakened because his sons are young, but he do have male servants there as well. Where we at? Verse 3. Yeah. Let's hold verse 3 for a minute. Let's get 2 more precepts on this. Psalms 91:11. Just to dig into what we're saying.
Book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse
91:11.
Book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge.
He shall give his angels
charge over thee.
Charge over thee. Come on.
To keep thee in all thy ways.
To keep thee in all thy ways, Jacob. He's going to give his angels, and that's why he's seen the host of angels. When he was leaving, he seen the host of angels right there. They had charge over Jacob to keep him in all his ways. Psalms 34 and 11 now. Psalms 34 and 11.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 11. Come, ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you for the fear of the Most High. What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Most High are upon the righteous.
The eyes of the Most High upon the righteous.
And his ears are upon their cry. The face of Yah is against them that do evil.
Come on.
To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Most High heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. The Most High is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Most High delivereth him out of all of them.
The Most High delivers you out of all of your troubles by the host. If you are favored, go to let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 32 verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall ye speak unto my master Esau. The servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with the band, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks, men servants, women servants, and I have sent to tell my master what I find, that I may find grace in thy sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, we came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him.
And 400 men. Now remember, it's been 20 years since Jacob seen Esau. And the last time he seen Esau, Esau said, boy, when my father die, I'm gonna put you to death. I'm gonna kill. As soon as daddy die, I'm gonna kill you. Jacob hasn't seen Esau in 20 years. He's been gone for 20 years. Now, Jacob sent his servant to go meet Esau and tell him that he's coming. And he said, Esau already on his way. And he coming with 400 men. What that sound like to you? That sound like, war. That sound like war, don't it? Come on.
Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. And he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and the herds and the camels, into two bands.
Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. Now, one would assume that Jacob is scared because it says he's afraid and distressed. He's not really scared of Esau. He know that he don't have 400 fighting men with him. He got his sons with him and his children with him, and he have a few men servants and female servants. So they're not ready to go to war with Esau. And he already know how Esau is. Esau's a man of war. He already know. He know what's happening. So he's not afraid per se, like, oh, I'm scared, so scared of Esau. Him and Esau been bucking ever since they came out the womb. Yeah, before then, they was bucking in the womb, right? So he's not afraid like that. He's like, what am I doing with my children? If we go to war, I can't fight 400 men by myself. I got my babies with me. That's what any natural man would think, right? So he separated them into two companies, or he separated his camp into two separate camps. The two bands here mean two camps. Separated them into two camps, and you'll see the reason why. Come on.
Jacob 32:7. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels into two bands, and said, if Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape.
So this is why he thought this. Give me Genesis 27:41. This is why he thought this.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob. This is what he knew. When 20 years ago, the last time he seen his brother, Esau said, I hate you. As soon as daddy died, I'm going to put you to death, man. That's why he left anyway. Right? Come on. Because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Come on.
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
I'm going to kill my brother Jacob when my father died. Let's go back. No matter of fact, this is a deep-rooted hatred. Let's go to Ezekiel 35. Because many people think, well, that was just Esau's personal hatred. Let's see what the Bible says. 35:3.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith the Most High, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
I'm against you, Mount Seir, where the Edomites live. Come on.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Read.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate.
Come on.
And thou shalt know that I am the Most High.
Read on.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Read that again.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Esau had a perpetual and continual hatred for Jacob. Esau had a perpetual and continual hatred for Jacob. Read.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword.
In the time of their calamity.
In the time of their calamity. So Esau's hatred or dislike or disdain for Jacob never end. Never end. Not at all. Was that all?
in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Is that verse 5? Okay. Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 32, verse 9. And Jacob said, "O Yah of my father Abraham, and the master and the power of my father Isaac, Most High, which says unto me, return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee."
And I'll do well. The Most High said, you told me to come back here. Come on.
"I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed unto thy servant. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become two bands."
Now I become separated, two different camps. I was one camp, but now I've become two camps because of what the situation is going on. Come on.
"Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau.
Come on.
For I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children."
So now we know what the fear is. Now we know what the fear is. The fear is he's going to kill my children. That's the fear. He's going to kill my wives, and he's going to take my children away. Now we know what the fear is. Not that I'm afraid to fight him. I'm afraid that he's going to kill my women and he's going to kill my children. This is the prayer what Jacob was praying. Give me Psalms 140. Psalms 140. This is his prayer, and this is the continual prayer of the children of Israel. Verse 1. Start from verse 1.
The Psalms chapter 140, verse 1. "Deliver me, O Yah, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their hearts. Continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips." Salah. "Keep me, O Yah, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man.
Preserve me from the violent man, Esau. Come on.
Who have purposed to overthrow my goings."
Who have already purposed in his mind to overthrow the goings of Jacob. Let's go back to Genesis. We at 12? Is that verse 12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay.
This is 32 and 12. "And thou said, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for the multitude. And he lodged there the same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother."
He took a present, and he took his present, gave him men servants and women servants and flocks and sheep and all of that. He gave him all of that to Esau. Gave it all to Esau.
200 she-goats and 20 he-goats.
Come on.
200 ewe.
This is what he gave for a gift or a present. Come on.
200 ewe lambs and 20 rams.
And 20 rams.
30 milk camels with their coats.
Come on.
40 kine, 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 foals.
Read.
And he delivered them into the hand of his servants. Every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, "Pass over before me," and put a space betwixt drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, "When Esau my brother meeteth thee and asked thee, saying, Whose art thou, and where you going, and whose are these before thee?"
Listen to the wisdom of what he's doing. The wisdom of what he's doing. Come on.
"Then thou shalt say, They be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my master Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. And so commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, On this matter shall ye speak unto Esau when you find him. And say ye moreover."
The second and the third, meaning there's a first group coming, a second group coming, and a third group coming with all of these presents and these gifts for Esau. Jacob sent them before him. He would go and send that. He's coming with 400 men. I set the first set of gifts, the second set of gifts, the third set of gifts. Go and give that to him before I meet him. Come on.
And say ye moreover, behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us.
Come on.
For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterwards I will see his face. Peradventure, he will accept.
Peradventure, he will accept me. So our father Jacob was using certain principles of wisdom. Certain principles of wisdom that was later on implemented in scripture. Give me Proverbs 18 and 16. Watch this. Certain principles of wisdom he was using. Our father wasn't no dummy. He wasn't no dummy, not at all. He's a very wise man. Wasn't no dummy.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 16. A man's gift maketh room for him.
Read it again.
A man's gift maketh room for him.
This brother got a problem with me, I'm going to give him something. A man's gift make room for him. Come on.
And bringeth him before great men.
And bringeth him before great men. Hold that. Give me Proverbs 15. Let's start at verse 1. Very simple principles of wisdom.
This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A soft answer turneth away wrath. But grievous words stir up anger.
Listen, let me say something about this. When you get stopped by the police or something like that, a soft answer, it don't mean you weak. It mean you're using certain principles of wisdom. Because Esau have a burning hatred inside of him for you anyway. He's looking for an excuse to do something to you. Why I'm gonna stir up this man's anger he already had for me? Don't make me weak. Not at all. Now me myself, this is my personal thing. I don't be saying, oh yes, sir, no, sir. No, I don't do that. Sure thing, officer. What you need? Okay, officer. Oh, yes, officer. That's what you need? Okay, sure thing. We have to learn to speak to this man because he already have a certain amount of anger for you stirred up inside of his. It's way down in his DNA. And you have to use very specific principles of wisdom in order to make it through what he's trying to do or he wants to do to you. Principles of wisdom. It would behoove you to follow those principles. What are we on? Verse 21? Okay.
Genesis 32, verse 21. So when the president over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company,
mm-hmm.
and he rose up that night.
And
took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook and sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone.
Now he sent everybody, the 2 bands that he split up, he sent them all before him over the river. He sent them, let them pass over, and he stayed there by himself. This is how you know he wasn't scared. You don't send all your men serving, all your whole company away. You terrified. He's not scared. He's concerned. He's afraid of what's going to happen to his family. So he sent them across the river. Come on.
And Jacob was left alone.
And he was left alone. Check this out.
And there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day.
And now a man just appeared and started fighting with Jacob. A man showed up and he started fighting with Jacob. And not only do he start fighting with him that night, but he started fighting and wrestling with him until the sun started coming. So he's fighting all night. Y'all remember a few chapters before when Jacob came in the mouth of the well, all of the men couldn't move the stone off of it. But Jacob moved it by himself. Jacob, he wasn't a weak man. He wasn't a weak man. The man showed up, Jacob was bucket. They bucket all night. How many of y'all can fight all night? I'm not even gonna raise my hand. I can't fight all night. I'll be tired after 10 minutes of fighting. I'm gonna be tired. I'm like, we need to go to a mutual corner where we can get some water and rest for a minute.
How many minutes of boxing around?
About 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes for boxing.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's just a few minutes of fighting, and then boxers got to go sit down and get water and get massaged and all this kind of stuff. But not Jacob. Jacob is fighting all night long. The sun is coming up, and he's fighting. Come on.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh.
So when the man that he's fighting, seeing that Jacob would not let him go. Jacob was fighting, man. When he said, this dude won't let me go, he touched the hollow of his thigh. He touched his hip. Come on.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
And he just touched him like this. He touched him and it broke his hip, right? It's put it out of joint. He put his joint out of commission. And Jacob still wouldn't let him go. Still was fighting him. Come on.
Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
Jacob's thigh was out of joint at this point.
And he wrestled with him.
And he still wrestled with him.
And he said, let me go.
And this man said, man, let me go. What's wrong with you? Let me go. Come on.
For the day breaketh.
It's morning time. The sun is up. Let me go.
He said, I would not let thee go.
And Jacob's still saying, no, bro. No, I'm not letting you go. Come on.
Unless you bless me.
Unless you bless me. I will not let you go unless you bless me. So we see here that Jacob was not a coward. He wasn't a coward. He wasn't afraid to fight. He was strategically smart, using wisdom to protect his family. Give me Ecclesiasticus. Give me Sirach 2. Sirach 2 and 2. Start at verse 2. I think I want 2 and 3.
This is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him.
Nope. Yep, that's what I want. 4 go 2. You're right. Give me verse 3.
All right. Yeah, verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last.
That you might be increased. So cleave unto him. Don't let him go. Don't let him go that you might be increased at the last. Where we at? 27? Was that 26 you was just reading?
Yeah.
Yep, let's go to 27.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Genesis 32 and 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name?
And he was cleaving so hard that the man he was wrestling, he said, what's your name? Come on.
And he said, Jacob.
But he said he already knew what his name was. We're going to soon find out. He just wanted, this is just something that he does. He said, what's your name? Come on.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
Read verse 28 again. I stepped on you. Come on.
Genesis 32 and 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
No more Jacob.
But Israel. For as a prince thou hast thou power with Yah and with men, and has prevailed.
And has prevailed, meaning you didn't die. You wrestled with the power of Yah, and you did not die. Because normally men wrestle with the power of Yah and they do what? They die. So I'm going to just change your name. You wrestled with the power of Yah and you did not die. Give me Psalm 68 and 34. Let's see what's going on here. Let us see what's going on here.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 34. Ascribe ye strength unto Yah. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds.
Come on.
O Yah, thou art terrible out of thy holy places.
Read.
And the power of Israel is he that giveth strength.
Is he that giveth strength.
And power unto his people.
And power unto his people. Come on.
Blessed be Yah.
So who was this man that Jacob was wrestling with? Who was it? It is Yah who gives the strength and the power. And this man says, I'm going to change your name. Now, let me get this straight. 100%. This was not the Almighty Father. The Almighty Father, flesh cannot contain him. The Almighty Father himself have never been in flesh. Flesh cannot contain Yah. If it could, he would not be Almighty. So we need to get a proper understanding. of who this man was or who this man could be. Let's go. First of all, let's go to 29 before I explain. Let's go to 29 and 30, and then I'll explain.
Jacob 32, 29 and 30. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name?
So the man that he's wrestling says, tell me your name, man. You have to imagine this in your mind's eye. He's still wrestling with the man while this conversation is going on. He's still holding on to him. It's figure four leg locks and all that going on. It's going down. He's all on the man's back. All while this is going on. Tell me your name. Tell me your name. Right? Come on.
And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask me after my name?
Why are you asking me my name? Come on.
And he blessed him there.
And he blessed him. Come on.
And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel. Peniel.
Come on.
For I have seen Yah's face to face, and my life is preserved.
And I live. I've seen Yah, and I live. So Peniel means the face of Yah. The Peniel means the face of Yah. I seen Yah face to face, and I live through it. So what are you saying, Elder Ezekiel? Because I just made the statement, this was not the Father of Yah. So that's it, right? So let's go through scripture. Let's figure some things out. The scripture declares that no man can see the face of the Almighty and live. Let's go to Exodus 33 and 20.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 33.
Let's lay this foundation down, and then we're gonna go through it.
Chapter 33, verse 20. And he said, thou cannot see my face.
This is Yah speaking to Moses. You cannot see my face. Come on.
For there shall no man see me and live.
No man can see me and live. No man. So who is Jacob talking about with this Peniel stuff? He's saying, I seen the Most High's face and I lived. What is he saying here? So John makes it clear. We hear Exodus 33 and 20. So let's go to John, the book of St. John, so he can make it even clearer of what is being said from Exodus 33 and 20. So let's go to John, the first chapter of John, start at verse 17.
The book of John, chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given by Moses.
The law was given by Moses.
But grace and truth came by Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So the laws was given by Moses, but deep spiritual truth was given only came from the Most High's Messiah. Deep spiritual truths only come from the Most High's Messiah. Give me go to verse 18.
No man has seen Yah at any time.
No man have seen Yah at any time. Come on.
The only begotten Son.
The only one that's seen Yah and lived is the only begotten Son. Come on.
Which is in the bosom of the Father.
Which is one in the bosom of the Father. Come on.
He hath declared him.
He hath declared him in the bosom of the Father. I mean, he's in the bosom of the Father now. He's dwelling with the Father now, and he dwelled with the Father prior to him coming to the earth. Prior to him coming to the earth, he lives with him, and the Father gives him great power and authority. Give me Colossians 1 and 15.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 15. Who is in the image of the invisible God? The firstborn of every creature.
The firstborn of every creature. Drop down to 17.
And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
By him all things are made. He, the firstborn of every creature, by him all things consist. The firstborn of every creature, by him all things consist. Now let's go to Baruch chapter 3. I have to do it this way to bring clarification to what I'm trying to say. Baruch 3 and 36. Who is this man that Jacob is wrestling? Where did he come from? What's happening here?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 36.
Mhm.
He had found out all the way of knowledge.
Now, finding out the way of knowledge is his laws. All the ways of knowledge is his laws. Come on.
And has given it to Jacob, his servant.
And he gave his laws to Jacob, his servant. Come on.
And to Israel, his beloved.
And to Israel, his beloved. Come on.
Afterward did he show
After
himself,
he gave the laws to the children of Israel, what did he do? Verse 37.
did he show himself upon earth and converse with men.
And converse with men. After he gave the laws, he still showed himself upon the earth and conversed with men. Read 1 Timothy 6 and 15. Who is this man? We still talking about this man that Jacob was wrestling with. Come on. First Timothy 6 and 15.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 15. Which in his times he shall shew, who is the blessed and the only potent.
Well, potent means governor or ruler.
The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords,
Verse 16.
who only have immortality, dwelling in the light, which no man can approach unto, whom no man has
Read
seen.
verse 16 again. It's very important. It coincides with what we've been already read. Verse 16.
Who only have immortality, dwelling in the light.
Dwelling, he's the Yahweh Shai is the only one to have immortality, dwelling in the light. He's the only one that has received his blessing. He's the only man that's been upon the earth who have already received his blessing. Who have already received his blessing. Nobody else have received this blessing, but Yahweh Shai did. Come on.
Which no man can approach unto.
No man can see this light because the Father lives in that light, and no man can see this light. Come on.
Whom no man has seen, nor can see.
Nor can see. No man can see it. Come on. Not even Jacob can see it. Come on.
To whom be honor and power everlasting.
So be it. So this was not the Father that he's seen or wrestled with, because how are you going to be wrestling with the Creator? Don't make sense, do it? But who is this that has the power and the authority to change Jacob's name? Who is this? You have wrestled with power, he said, and prevailed, meaning you wrestled with power and was allowed to live. Let's get Hosea now. I'm not done with this because people lose their mind when it comes to this, and you have to make sure that they are straight. And like I say, that what we do here, the Israelite nation, we beat that horse till there's nothing left, just a splatter of blood. We beat dead horses. Give me and please don't message me about no being cruel to animals. It's a metaphor. It's Hosea 12 and 2, because you know they do. Hosea 12 and 2.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 12, verse 2. The Most High hath also a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doing will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel and the womb.
So we're talking about Jacob here. Come on.
And by his strength, he had power with Yah.
By his strength, by Jacob's strength, because the Most High endured him with great strength. He had power with Yah, changing his name to Israel. Come on.
Yeah, he had power over the angel.
Read it again.
Yeah, he had power over the angel.
Yeah, he had power over the angel. He had power over the angel. Now, this word angel here is malek. This word angel, the Hebrew word for angel is malek. It's malek. Let's read on. Hope keep that in mind. Read on.
He had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel.
Come on.
And there he spake with us.
Come on.
Even the Most High of hosts, the Most High is his memorial.
The Most High of hosts, the Most High is his memorial. If you go to the KJV transliteration, the word angel here It's been transliterated from the word melech. Now, the word melech means angel, of course, messenger, ambassador, and it has 4 other variations, or there are 4 other variants of this word. The Strong's definition is malakwa. Malakwa is the Strong's definition, and it is the unused root meaning is a deputy messenger, a prophet, a priest, or a teacher. Ambassador, angel, king, messenger. So when you sometimes, depending on the context of the scripture, when you read the scripture and it says angel there, you have to realize that it just doesn't simply mean angel of the host of heaven. It could just simply mean messenger. All right, let's get Hebrews 1 and 3. Hebrews 1 and 3. It could just simply mean messenger.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 3. Who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the words of his power, when he had by himself
Yahushua
purged our sin, sat down on the right hand of the majesty of high.
Come on, he sat down at the right hand of the majesty of high. This is who Jacob saw. He saw the mere reflection of who the Most High is. He saw the express image of the Most High and not the Most High. I need y'all to understand that. He saw the express image of the Most High and not the Most High. He is his carbon copy. Yahushua, it has the same face as the Most High. He's his carbon copy. He's his express image. He's his mirror reflection. The Most High looks like him. Let's get Joshua 5 and 13. Joshua 5 and 13.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 5, verse 13. And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us?
Joshua said, Are you fighting for us? Come on.
Or for our adversaries?
Or are you fighting for our enemies? Come on.
And he said, Nay.
No.
But as captain of the host of the Most High.
Read that part again.
But as captain of the host of the Most High am I now come.
But read it again one more time.
But as captain.
Look closely at these words. But as captain, come on.
Of the host.
Of the armies, come on.
Of the Most High.
Of Yah, come on.
Am I now come.
Am I now come. Because I come in various forms, in various different ways. Now, why am I saying that this captain of the armies of Yah, how and why am I saying that this is Yahushua? Read on.
And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship.
You don't worship angels. The Bible never tells us to worship angels. But it does say that the host of heaven worships Yahushua. It does say that. Come on.
And said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant?
What saith my Lord? And that's not a lowercase L, is it? That's the capital L there. What does my Almighty
think we have lost connection.
31.
Mhm.
Okay.
Genesis 32 and 31. And as he passed over Penuel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh.
And he was limping. Come on.
Therefore the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, unto this day.
Until this day. Now, do y'all know what the sinew is? The shrink. Y'all know what that is? That would be considered the sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerve. Come on.
Because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank.
In the sinew that shrink. That's a nerve. That's the nerve. So that thick black nerve or line that you see that runs from the back of an animal, it runs straight down from the bottom of his spine down through the thigh and down through the leg to the ankle. That is the sciatic nerve. That is always in culture when you're eating meat. You take that part out and you don't eat that part. Genesis, where we at? Genesis 33?
Yep.
All right, let's go to Genesis 33. It seemed like we wasn't gonna never get out of Genesis 32. We're in Genesis 33 now. We're now.
Genesis 33 and 1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the two handmaids.
So when he seen the brother coming, he said, listen, divide these children up. Divide them up. Come on.
And he put the handmaids and their children foremost.
He put them in the front. Jacob was out cold.
And Leah and her children after.
And he put the handmaid, he put him in the order that he didn't like them.
And Rachel
and look at the sister looking at me like, he did. He did. He said, I like these ones the least, so I put them up in the front with and their children. Come on. And then he put Leah with her what they call the eyes she had. The eyes she had.
Tender.
The tender eyes. Then he put tender eyes Leah next and her children. And lastly, come on.
And he put the handmaids and their children foremost.
Come on.
And Leah and her children after.
Come on.
And Rachel and Joseph hindmost.
And he put Rachel and Joseph last. You know what I'm saying? Because he loved him some Rachel. You know what I'm saying? So he wanted to give her the most opportunity to escape. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother.
So he kept bowing and looking, bowing and looking, making sure that Esau was cool with it, bowing and looking. You know.
And to meet him and embraced him.
Come on.
And fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept.
And they wept. So everybody think, oh, it's cool.
Oh.
It's all good. Esau, see there. Esau don't hate Jacob. He kissed him and wept. It's all good in the hood, right? That's what they say. What verse is that for?
Yeah.
That's what they say. Right. So let's get a precept right quick. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 7. Proverbs 16 and 7.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 7.
Because remember, Esau already prayed this prayer. So 16 and 7 is where we're going. Come on.
When a man's ways please the Most High,
When Esau's ways pleased the Most High,
he maketh even his enemies to be at peace.
He made his enemy be at peace with him. Yeah. Esau was his enemy, but the Most High put that spirit on Esau to be at peace at that moment, because he could have easily overtook Jacob and killed him and his family. Easily overtook him. And just like our father Jacob, we should be praying this type of prayer as well. We living in the lands of our enemies, right? So give me 1 Timothy 2 and 2. We live in the lands of our enemies. Live in the lands of our enemies. She running around. Every Edomite you see, you know you're the devil, right? No, you can't. You gotta be at peace with your enemies. You know how to operate with them. Just like he did. Use wisdom.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. For kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet.
Our Father as well. 22, every operate with them.
2 verse lead.
That's what we want. We want to be at peace and lead a quiet and peaceful life. That's what we want. We want to be at peace. We want our children at peace. We want to be good until the Messiah come, and then he go ahead and take them on up out of here. And that's it. That is it. Let's go to verse 5.
4.
Verse 4.
Genesis 33 and 5. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the women, and the children, and said, who are these with thee?
Who's these people with you, Jacob?
And he said, the children which Yah hath graciously given thy servant. Then the handmaidens came near, and their children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah with her, also with her children, came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, which meaneth thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, these are to find grace in the sight of my master.
Of my master. See, this is the wisdom of Jacob and how he dealt with his brother. He know his brother is a man of war. He knows that. Listen to the wisdom and watch how he dealt with his brother. Come on.
Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, nay.
Jacob said, no.
I pray thee, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand.
Come on.
For therefore I have seen thy face.
Come on.
As though I have seen the face of Yah.
It does me so well. It does me so well to see you, Esau. He's flattering Esau. As though I've seen Yah himself. I see you. So please take this from my hand. Because so Esau never ever can say that Jacob took anything from him. He gave him men servants and women servants, and she goats and lambs and ox. And Jacob he increased Esau. Take this. Take it. It's yours. Come on.
And thou was pleased with me. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to
Read that again.
Take, I pray thee.
Take, I pray thee.
My blessing
that
is brought to me.
He's a master with words. Jacob is a master with words. He's prolific with words, with how he talks. He said, take with you, because we know what the argument is from the gate, right? The argument is what? The blessing. That's the argument, right? So he said, please take the blessing. Take it, I pray you. It's yours. Take it. He already know that y'all chose him. He can't take it, but he's prolific with words. He said, take the blessing with which I bless you. I give you all these presents, these gifts, and take the blessing. Take it. He's good. Boy, he's good. He's good. Come on.
Genesis 33 and 11. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because Yah hath dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough.
Come on.
And he urged him, and he took it.
And Esau took it. He urged him, and he took the gifts that Jacob had for him. You can never ever say, Esau, that Jacob didn't give you nothing. He just took my stuff. No, he paid you for your birthright. And the blessing, he said, you can have it. Come on.
And he said, let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, my master, know that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me.
Before we do that, let's go back to 11. I want to deal with the certain principles that Jacob is using. Let's go back to verse 11.
Genesis 33 and 11. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that is brought to thee, because Yah has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it.
And Esau took it. Give me Proverbs 19 and 16. The principles and how Jacob is dealing with Esau. We read that last chapter in 32. We read it in this chapter. There's certain principles he's using how to deal with his enemy.
This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 16.
So 6.
19 verse 6.
Maccabees, yeah.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 6. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts.
Every man, he said he made Esau more pliable with everything he gave him. I mean, he increased Esau like 100-fold. He gave him women servants and men servants and oxen and sheep and goats. You give a man all this and he still entreats you with evil. Everybody around got to say that. That's an evil man. See how good he treated him? And he still did him like that? That's an evil man. Jacob knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Let's get Proverbs 21 and 14.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 14.
Watch this.
A gift in secret pacifies anger.
The gift in secret it pacifies, soothes over. He mad at me? Take it. It's yours. Come on.
And the reward in the bosom, strong wrath.
And the reward in the bosom, strong wrath. He said, take it, it's yours. Jacob, I'm married, man. I got enough food. You can have all this. This is, hey, you my master. You can have it all. Jacob knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Give me let's go to verse 12.
Genesis 33 and 12. Genesis 33 and 12. And he said, let us take our journey and let us go, and I will go before thee.
Esau said, let us leave, and I'll lead the way. Esau saying, I'll lead the way, Jake. Come on.
And he said unto him, come on, my master knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. My
babies, my children are young. They're not going to be able to keep up with these military men. My babies are young, and the flock that I have left, they're tender and young too. And so if the men that you brought, the 400 men that you brought, if they overdrive us, then the flocks are going to die. So we have to just go along, you know, at the pace that they want to go. That's what he's telling his brother. Come on. Let my master, I pray thee, pass over before his servants, and I will lead on softly. I'll come softly. I just lead on just slow and light, and you and your men can go ahead and go. Jacob is, man, this man is smart, man. I'm telling you. He's showing you right now, I still don't trust him. He's telling you, I don't trust him. Come on. According as the cattle that goeth before me, watch this, and the children be able to endure until I come unto my master, unto Seir. I'll come to your land later on. Just let me go at the pace I need to go, because my babies are young, and the cattle I have, they're tender and young. I don't want to overdrive my cattle and they die. Come on. And Esau said, let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. Well, let me leave you some of the men that I brought with me. Let me leave you some of the men so I can make sure that you get to see her. Jacob know what's up. Let me leave some of the men. Come on. And he said, what needeth it? Well, why you need to leave men here? You don't need to leave them. Look, just go here. Y'all can just go. We coming. Just go. Come on. Let me find grace in the sight of my master. So Esau returned that day on his way unto Seir. So they all left and went to Mount Seir, where they lived. Come on. And Jacob journeyed to Sukkot. He went the other way. Read. And Jacob journeyed unto Sukkot and built him a house and made booths for his cattle. Therefore, the name of the place is called Sukkot. And Jacob came to Shalem, and city of Shechem. When he came from Padanaram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he brought a parcel of a field where he spread his tent in his hands of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar and called it Elo Israel. LOL Israel. Elohi Israel. It means almighty power of Israel. It means the mighty one, the power of Israel. Now we're at Genesis 34.
Got it. Never mind, I got it.
Oh, okay.
You want it?
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 34, verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
He took her, he lied with her, and he defiled her. Now, I have always, not always, but prior to coming to the truth, I always just assumed that he taking her meant that he raped her. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. She went out, played the harlot going out there, had no business going out there. She went to go see what those Hamite women was doing. And then she got hooked up with Shechem's son, and then he took her and he laid with her and defiled her. Come on.
And his, verse 3, and his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob.
So in his soul clave unto Jesus. So let's hold that right quick. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10. We got to deal with Dinah right quick. We got to deal with her.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her.
She was shameless, like many of our Israelite women are today. Shameless. Come on.
Keep her in straightly.
Keep her in straightly. Come on.
Lest she abuse herself through the overmuch liberty.
She have too much freedom, so she's gonna abuse herself. She got too much freedom. You got to keep a close watch on her. She just go too much. Yeah. Watch this, verse 11.
12.
We was at 10. Now I want 11.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 11. Watch over an imputed eye.
An imputed eye is smart. An imputed eye, she cutting her eyes. You know how women do, cutting their eyes, and girls be cutting their eyes. An imputed eye. Come on.
And marvel not.
And marvel not, because she got that imputed eye. Don't you marvel not one time. Come on.
If she trespass against you.
If she trespass against you, you say, don't you be at that boy's house. But she looking at you with that imputed eye, she gonna be at that boy's house. Verse 12.
She will open her mouth as a...
The Bible is very graphic here. The Bible is very graphic. She got that imputed eye, and she's not shameless, your daughter. Verse 12. Watch what it says. Verse 12.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler. Come on.
When he has found a fountain.
When he had found a fountain. What do a thirsty traveler do with his mouth when he found a fountain? When he finds a fountain? Don't he go down on it and put his face down in the water and get to drinking? She opened her mouth like a thirsty traveler means what? Y'all know what it means. I don't have to tell y'all exactly what it means. If you go, y'all hear me saying the word go down, don't you? If you go down, she will open her mouth and go down like a thirsty traveler. When he found the water, her mouth is open and she's taking something into her mouth. Like a thirsty traveler. Read.
Wow. I don't know what to read now. The thirsty traveler, when he had found a fountain, and drink of every water near her.
And drink every water near her. That means she's drinking all the men around her. She drinking like she found the water, like she thirsty. That's where they get the term thirsty. You know these black people that wrote that. She thirsty. She thirsty.
But every hedge.
When
she sit down.
Watch this.
Open her quiver against every arrow.
She opened up her quiver for every man that's coming her when she's shameless. Opening up her quiver, said, girl, close your quiver. Give me Sirach 7 and 23. I'm telling you. Sirach 7 and 23. That's why you got to get them when they're real young. See, by the time they're 16, 17, and then you trying to chastise, it's over then. It's over there. You got to get them when they this baby's age. You got to get them young. Get over here. What you over there touching him for? Get over here. That's right. Sirach 7:23.
This I approve.
Ecclesiasticus 7. You're in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus 7:23.
7 verse Ecclesiasticus 7:23. Hast thou children, instruct them, and bow down their neck.
If you have children, instruct them and take them by their neck and bow them down and make them do it. Mm-hmm. That's what it's saying. Bow down their neck, make them respect you.
From their youth.
From their what?
From their youth.
You can't wait till these children get 16, 17 years old. It's like, you gonna respect me? No, they not. No, they not. You got to make them respect you when they a baby. You raise them up with respect. You can't get them at 16, 17 talking about what you're gonna do to them. They get 17, you tell them I'm gonna whoop you. No, they turn around and whoop you. No, these is big. Hey, they strong enough to do whatever now. You should have taught them that when they was babies. Was that it? All the 23? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all I want. Let's go back to Genesis. So Diana, she what's her name? Dana, she done left the house, shamed her father. She out there with all kind of Hamite women, seeing what they doing. It's not she done got herself caught up in something. Come on.
This is Genesis chapter 33 and verse 3. Mm-hmm. And his soul clave unto Dinah, mm-hmm. the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel.
That's how you know it wasn't rape. He spake kindly to her. That's how he didn't take her. She wanted him to. Come on.
And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come.
Come on.
And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved.
They were upset. Come on.
And they were very wroth, mm-hmm. because he had wrought folly in Israel, in lying with Jacob's daughter. Come on. Which thing ought not to be done.
Read.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife, mm-hmm. and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade you therein, and get you possessions therein.
So you have to remember that these are Canaanites, right? These are Canaanites, and we never were to marry or to deal with them on this level. We never were supposed to intermarry with the Canaanite women, and we were their women were not supposed to intermarry with our men. Let's get Genesis 28:1. We're gonna see this a couple of times, so let's go back and see it.
Genesis 28 verse 1. Mm-hmm. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, mm-hmm. and charged him and said unto him,
Come on.
Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. So we already know from the gate that this is not supposed to happen. We didn't get down like this. We didn't intermix with these Canaanites. We did, but we wasn't supposed to intermix with these Canaanites. Let's get Genesis 24 and 3.
Genesis 24 verse 3. Genesis 24 verse 3. And I will make thee swear by the Most High, Yah of heaven, and the Master of the earth, and thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, mm-hmm. among whom I dwell.
We live here with these Canaanites, but we are not supposed to be married. Our forefathers always said we are separate from them, not to marry these Canaanite women. Now you have Hamor. He's already slept with Diana. He didn't ask for permission to be with her, so he slept with her. He defiled Jacob's daughter, and now he's asking to take her hand in marriage. Let's go back to Genesis 34 and 11.
This is Genesis chapter 33, verse 11. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us.
We don't do this. We don't. That's a reproach. Come on.
But in this will we consent unto you, if you will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised.
Remember, they said we answered. They answered deceitfully to them. They had a purpose behind what they were saying. Come on.
Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters unto us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people.
No, they ain't lying. We will become one people. All y'all brothers got to do. Remember, imagine a fully grown man, 50 years old, trying to get circumcised. You know, the brother over there just shook his head. He just said, "Hey." Yeah, so they said if all y'all brothers, if all y'all men would just get circumcised, we'll just be one people. They answering them deceitfully. Come on.
Verse 17. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughters, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein, for the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us, for to dwell with us to be one people. If every male if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearken all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city.
Come on.
And it came to pass on that third day, when they were sore,
all the men we get circumcised, and on by the third day, the soreness is setting in. They hurting. Everybody is hurting bad. Come on.
That two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi,
come on,
Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly.
Come on.
And slew all the men.
They killed everybody. They can't fight. They hurt. That's what it meant by they did it deceitfully. We got to weaken all of these men. Now they're going to go through and kill everybody, which they did. Come on.
And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out.
They killed her husband, because apparently Jacob did give him to her. You know, so he devoured her, so you can have her now. You already did that. You know, go on.
The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister.
They spoiled the city. Come on.
They took their sheep.
And
their oxen and their asses and that which was in the city.
Come on.
And that which was in the field.
They took everything. Come on.
And all their wealth and all their little ones.
They took their children
and their wives.
And they took their women.
Took they captive and spoiled even all that was in the house.
Man, they took everything. They took it all. Let's see something here. Let's go back up to verse 25. Read verse 25.
Verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren,
Simeon and Levi, come on.
took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males.
And slew all the males. They killed everybody. So now, when we get to Genesis 25, Genesis 49, we know what Jacob is talking about, because the history of what he was talking about in Genesis 49. So let's go there. Genesis 49, start at verse 5 through verses 5 through 7. We know what he's talking about.
Genesis 49, 5 through 7. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Simeon and Levi's brothers. Just not that Simeon and Levi don't have other brothers that got the same mother and father. But in this occasion, Simeon and Levi, just like Deacon Keeper just said, are like-minded. They are like-minded. They have the same temperament, the same disposition, the same boldness, wrathful, and cruelty, the same revengeful or deceitful mind. Simeon and Levi is like-minded like this. He didn't get with Judah to do this. Simeon got with Levi and did this. So watch what our father Jacob, the pronunciation or the affirmation that he proclaims when he's telling each tribe who they are and what will come to them in the latter days. Come on.
Genesis 49, 5 through 7. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. Oh, my soul, come not thou into their secrets.
My soul, come not thou into their secret. Come not thou into their secret. What secret? What secret? Come on.
Unto their assembly, mine honor, but not thou united.
Be not now united. Don't let Simeon and Levi ever be united again because of the cruel nature that both of them have. Come on.
For in their anger,
the anger of Simeon, the deceitfulness of Simeon and Levi, read.
They slew a man.
They killed all those, that whole nation they killed.
And in the self-will they dig down a wall.
Come on.
Cursed be their anger.
Cursed be their anger, their deceitfulness, their revengefulness, how they are cursed be their anger. Come on.
For it was fierce.
And
their wrath, for it was cruel.
Come on.
I will divide them into Jacob.
I will divide them in Jacob. Watch this.
And scatter them in Israel.
So even though they are scattered in Israel, those two brethren will still be a divided people, even though they are scattered in Israel. Even though they are scattered, they will not ever be able to come together because they are scattered. Because Jacob made this affirmation. Sorry, not because they're scattered, but because Jacob made this affirmation about his two boys. He said, even though you are scattered in Israel, he said, they're not going to be united because these two boys are hell on wheels. Not these two. They got to be separated. Even when they in captivity, they got to be separated because they are cruel. And they have an instrument of cruelty in their hand. The instruments of cruelty in their hand. And the secret will be in their mouth is voodoo and Santeria. Santeria on the Dominican side and voodoo on the Haitian side. And they have so we're going to see two articles of examples of their cruelty and the use of their cruelty. So Simeon is here. The Levites are who? Haitians. Haitians is Levites. So we're going to get two articles just to bring up to date the instruments of their cruelty or the secret that Jacob was talking about. Y'all okay? Okay. Right, the Haitians and the Dominican Republic. Simeons are the Dominican Republic. The Haitians are Levites. So let's get the article on Simeon, I believe is first.
Traumatic experience and somatoform dissociation among spirit possession, practititioners in the Dominican Republic.
In the Dominican Republic, this is the Sangli. The Sangli. This is the Sangli is just like voodoo. One is just Spanish and the other one is French. They've been scattered in Israel, but they are no more undoubtedly brothers. As a matter of fact, they live on the same island and they still are separate. The Dominicans don't like the island. They have two different governments that go right through the middle of the island and say, we don't want no Haitians over here. And Dominicans said, we don't want no, the Haitians said, we don't want no Dominicans over here. Yes, they're on the side, the island of Espanola. Yeah, the island of Espanola. Am I saying this word right? Yeah, so yeah, they're on the same island. Haitians are on this side, Dominican Republic is on this side. Both of these are brothers. This is Simeon and Levi. Jacob made this affirmation in verse 49. He said, even though they're going to be scattered in Israel, these two brothers cannot come together. They're going to be separate. They're going to be separate. Come on.
The abstract. Recent studies in African context have revealed a strong association between spirit possession and severe trauma, with the inclusion into the possession code serving at times a therapeutic function. Research on spirit.
Yeah, they're on the same island.
The Dominican Republic has so far
cannot come together
in dissociation. This study evaluated demographic variables, somatoform, dissociative symptoms, and potentially traumatizing events in the Dominican Republic with a group of voodoo practitioners that either do or do not experience spirit possessions. Intergroup comparisons reveal that in contrast to non-possessed participants, those experiencing spirit possession reported greater somatoform dissociation, more problems with sleep, and previous exposure to mortal danger, such as assaults, accidents, or diseases.
This is the secret. This is come now their secret. This is it. This is their voodoo, their sangri. This is the spirit possession or the demonic possession that Jacob was talking about.
The two groups did not differ significantly in other types of trauma. We are being targeted. Can we run through? This is the second one, I believe.
No. Oh yeah, it is the second one. It is the second one. Yep. Now that was the Dominican Republic. I don't think I gave you all of the article though. I might have made a mistake right there. So that was the Dominican Republic. Let's read. Was that it? No, that's not it. Let's read. Is this Levi? It should say. Yep, that's the two separations of crimes. That's Levi. That's Levi. So now we're going to read article on Levi. So we know that there's all of the trauma that goes on with the sangri or the voodoo in Dominican Republic. This has come now their secret. This is their secret. Let's see now, does the same thing applies to the Haitians? Which is Levi. Come on.
We are being targeted. Voodoo believers fear a backlash after crimes against children. Two separate crimes against children in recent days have one haunting similarity. Authorities have pointed to voodoo rituals as a possible motive, but practitioners of Haitian voodoo, which adheres with adherent spells differently to distinguish it from other variants, say that religion does not sanction violence and fear the crimes will spark a backlash against their community.
Yeah, right. It does. It does sanction violence. Voodoo is about violence and demonic possession. That's what it's about. Come on.
We are being targeted, said Maud Evans, a Haitian native and voodoo priestess in Mattapan. I'm really concerned that's how it's going to be from now on. They would do things and blame it on voodoo. Two sisters in East Bridgewater were arrested last month after they tied down and burned a 5-year-old girl, permanently disfiguring her in a voodoo ritual.
And this is what they did. This is the secret. This is the spirit, demonic possession. This is the secret. This is the cruelty that Jacob is talking about. These folks, This voodoo is cruel. It is cruel. Come on.
They tied down and burned a 5-year-old girl, permanently disfiguring her in a voodoo ritual meant to rid her of a demon, authorities say. Peggy LeBossiere, who was arrested with her sister Rachel Hilaire, also is accused of threatening to cut off the head of the girl's 8-year-old brother with a machete.
With a machete. This is the cruelty. I'm telling you. Levi was used to police other Israelites. Levi go crazy on other Levi. They killed Levi. Levites kill other Israelites. Put them to death. Yes. Levi can be cruel. Simeon can be cruel. This is what Jacob is talking about. Cursed be their anger. Come on.
About a week later, in nearby Brockton, officials said a mother stabbed 2 of her children in what she described as a ritual involving voodoo stuff, according to court documents. Days later, at a candlelight vigil that drew hundreds of mourners to the crime scene, a local Christian bishop denounces the practice of voodoo to cheers from the crowd.
Yeah, so he denounced it. The Christian denounced the voodoo practice, but watch what they say. Watch this. Come on.
Voodoo refers to religious practices developed by Caribbean